Hey, my purties. Sorry, no makeups today. Um, just got through doing a facial and everything, so I thought I would just let you see it since we're talking about transparency. This is what you're looking at today. Okay, so um, you guys know, of course, about my mother's death. After my mom's death, basically what I did was I didn't know any coping skills. No, I didn't have anybody to turn to that could teach me those type of coping skills. So what I did was I self-medicated. My daughter was about 8 at the time, and the way that I remember certain things that happened was by my daughter's age, because when you're in active addiction, one whole year just seems like a total blur. No, I didn't do any street drugs, but a drug is a drug, period. It doesn't matter if a pharmaceutical company makes it or if it was made in somebody's kitchen. A drug is a drug, period. So when I started self-medicating, I noticed that my depression was getting worse. My anxiety, every time I heard an ambulance, this is crazy. I'm in the medical field, but every time I heard an ambulance, I thought, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they're coming to my house. Oh my God, they're coming to my house. I would freak out. I didn't realize what PTSD was. You know, I couldn't even fathom that I could have PTSD of all things. It can happen, and it can happen to anybody. So when she was about 8 is when I started going down the pharmaceutical journey. And it was not to numb anything. I wasn't trying to numb anything because I was a functioning addict. I made sure that she had the best of the best. I made sure, and see, these were my excuses. This is how messed up your brain gets when you go into addiction. Oh, my daughter has everything that she needs. She has this, she has that. She's making good grades, blah, 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 all this. This is what your mind is tricking you. No, no. What she needs is you. That's what she needs, and she needs all of your attention. So they were prescribed to me legally, and I went down that train. And when she was 12, I was like, I'm sick of being sick. There were points to where, of course, I was running out of my medication. I wasn't able to function on a normal level. I was absent in my own mind. I couldn't do it anymore. What I mean by that was I would never, ever, ever choose to do what some of my family members have chosen to do. I chose either you gonna sink or you gonna swim. Honey, I didn't give a damn if I had to, sorry, there was something flew in front of my face. But I didn't care if I had to backstroke through that motherfucker, but I was about to swim. I was swimming. I was going to keep my head above water. I was going to make sure that my child was not going to feel the effects of what I chose to do. It wasn't going to happen. I'd be damned if I turn around and lose my child over something I chose so stupidly to do and to consume. No, it wasn't going to happen. So I got help. And I made sure that I went to every meeting. It was my holy grail. It was my Bible. I made sure that when I woke up, of course, I had a picture of my daughter. This is what chokes me up. So when I was in treatment, every day that I opened up my treatment book, I seen a picture of my daughter. And she was the reason. She was the reason I fought to get my life back on track. She was the reason I didn't want her to lose me like I lost my mother. Yes, it would have been in different kind of circumstances, but every child out there deserves a parent that is going to be attentive, that's going to be loving, nurturing. And that's what I wanted to make sure she knew. She was my sun. She was my everything. She was my world. She was everything to me. And I'd be damned if I ever lose her. Because if I would have lost her, and I easily could have. Oh, you don't understand. It could have taken one person that noticed, hey, something seems a little off, but you put on this, it's like you become alive. When you're on pharmaceutical opiates, it's like you put this face on, you've got this mask of, oh, everything's cheery, everything's okay, blah, blah, blah. That's what people seen. Had somebody really known what I was struggling with, I would have lost that baby. And I call her a baby, but she wasn't. I mean, she was 8. Well, at the time, whenever I got clean, she was 12. Excuse me. I'm mixing it up. So when I started the addiction, she was 8. When I got clean, she was 12. This coming up November makes 10 years for me. I'm beyond proud of myself. I'm beyond proud of myself. I've been at the front row. And if you've never been at the front row of a funeral, you don't know what it feels like. And I've been at the front row of too many funerals. Whether it was because they chose to exit this world, or whether it was an accident because they thought that they needed more of whatever drug they were using. But I've been at the front row of way too many funerals. And I wasn't ready to die. I wanted to fight, and I wanted to fight like hell. So after I got clean, years later, so at the time my daughter it was during COVID. Yes, February 2020. No, my diagnosis was January 2020. But they wanted to start my treatments in April. And something had happened. I was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. This is my scar here. It goes from my shoulder all the way down to my elbow, and I still can't feel this part of my arm. Melanoma runs in our family, maternally. It runs in our family, so even my daughter gets checked. So while everything was going on, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, my recovery. Because once you do go into recovery and things like that, people don't realize that, oh, just because you did go through recovery, it doesn't mean that you can't become an addict. You will always be an addict. I have an addictive personality. I mean, there's things that I like a certain way. That's an addictive personality. I mean, there's certain things that I like a certain way, or there are certain meals that I like. I have an addictive personality. That's why, I was even a smoker. I have an addictive personality. So when I found out about the melanoma, immediately my mind went to, oh God, they're about to, oh my God, they're about to start trying to prescribe me opioids. What do I do? So I opened up. Man, I love this oncologist. She was a saint. And I know that I used to say that her lab coat covered her wings, because I mean, that woman was a freaking saint. You have no idea. I was honest with her, and I told her I didn't want anything that was of addictive nature, that being any type of gabapentin. Yes, it can be addictive. Xanax, opioids, any type of opioids, anything that if you take, or if you're able to take more than one of and you can get addicted to it, I do not want them prescribed. And she thought I was crazy at first, because she's like, April, you do realize you're about to have a massive surgery on your arm where a large portion of your arm is about to be taking off, correct? And I said, yes, ma'am, I do understand that. But when I leave this hospital, I mean, do what you need to do while I'm under. I understand that you have to control, they have to control your pain levels and different things like that, because if not, then your heart rate, different things starts going wonky. So they have to control your pain level in order to do a certain type of surgery. I understood that. But I told her, when I come out, I don't want anything. Do not give me anything. At most, please give me 800 milligram ibuprofen, or even 600 milligram. Either one, just give me the ibuprofen. I'm good. That's what I did. I fought it. It hurt like hell, but I did it. And I was proud of myself. To this day, I'm still proud of myself. To this day, I'm proud of myself that I put my story out on not just the internet, but think of how large the internet is. I mean, across the world. I mean, I was looking at some of my analysis and statistics and, different things like that. Maybe statistics isn't the right word, but you know what I mean. Started looking at all this. I mean, people in India are watching this. People in Canada are watching this. People in the US, of course, are watching this. People in the United Kingdom are watching this. I could not be grateful that somebody took the time to say, hey, I want to hear what she's got to say. Her story sounds interesting. Let me listen to it. You don't understand how much that means to me. I just want people to be aware that I want to be so transparent and share things with you guys that I never thought I could share with anybody. It wasn't that I was ashamed of it. Honestly, I was afraid to at first, because of, how jobs they get on, they start dibble dabbling and stuff like that. You know what? If that happens, there's another job out there waiting on me. I mean, my thing is, I want to be as transparent as possible. And hey, baby, hand me that pea cup, because I guarantee you, you ain't gonna find shit up in here. I mean, maybe I think this is 5% nicotine, but the box says it. You're gonna find some nicotine. I don't smoke marijuana. Did I really just say the old head word? I don't smoke marijuana. I don't do anything. I do not get high. I can't. If an opioid is in front of me, I break out in handcuffs. Do you understand? It ain't happening. I can't do drugs. I can't. And I mean, downers were not my thing. Okay, let me explain you to this. Uppers, opioids, that's that type of stuff. Downers, we're talking weed, we're talking, or marijuana, or we're talking about like Xanax, stuff like that. That shit ain't for me. I don't want to be on no slow mode. When you're talking like this and you slobbing on your, who the hell wants to walk around looking like that? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, yeah, I did my little facial thing, but who the hell wants to walk around looking like they drooling on their damn self? Not me. I mean, shit. But being transparent, I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know what my grief, man, that the grief almost took me out. I you know, sometimes you get a pain in your heart, and it's not like, oh my God, I'm having heart palpitations. What I mean is when you lose somebody that you absolutely cannot, or you feel like you can't live without, when you lose somebody, your heart feels so empty, and it hurts, and it aches, and it's an ache that you've never felt before in your life until you really lose them. That's how I felt. I needed to feel again. Now, I mean, I get to work with my daughter. I get to live a full, happy life. I mean, yes, I went through the cancer thing without my mom, and God, that was so scary. I had never been through something so dramatic, so important, like a health scare like that without my mom. It was just me, my daughter, and I'm thinking, what happens if I die? I can't die. I can't. Please don't take me from this little girl. Please don't take me from her. I mean, yeah, she was a senior in high school and everything whenever I got my diagnosis, but at the same time, it's like, she'll always be my little girl. And parents and moms, you know what I'm talking about. They're always going to be your babies. I had lost so much faith in God. I questioned God during the time of when I lost my mom. I thought, who is he? Why would he allow this to even happen? And once I learned more and I delved more deeply into Catholicism, that is my choice. People have free will. If you choose to do something, you have free will. And that's what she chose. But I know I'm going kind of back and forth. I didn't plan any of this out. I just wanted this to be raw. I wanted you guys to, experience the emotion with me as it came, as it went through. And if I stumbled over words, then I stumbled over words. I'm not editing any of these videos. I mean, there's a lot of people that pay editors or is really good at editing videos, and I'm not that. This ain't my niche. My niche is just hitting a button talking about, hey y'all, how my pretties, how you doing? That's the only thing I know how to do. I mean, yeah, maybe if I play around with it, I'll learn a little bit more. But This is all I know. Even though my family is huge and large, there's only a select few that I choose to even talk to, because the simple fact, you know, when I did become an addict, they were like, oh my God, I've had her in my house. I wonder if she's been in my bedroom. I wonder if she stole this. I wasn't one that stole from people. I didn't do anything like that. I was addicted to pharmaceuticals. I wasn't out here, you know, with Johns to get what I needed. No. Hell no. I found myself in a predicament that I never, ever, ever want to revisit, because that's not the person that I am. I know what kind of good, loving person that I am, and I want to stay that way. Did I learn a lot through those years? Abso-fucking-lutely, I learned a lot. I learned a ton. But I want to use that knowledge that I have with that to help as many people as I possibly can. I mean, people that I've ran into at the gas station that I went to school with, let me help you. I can get you a bed. Let me help you. And they're like, man, I'm just tired. I'm this. Let me help you. I can get you a bed right now. If you say yes, do you want it? I can name right now off the top of my hand 5 people that have said yes. Yes, 2 of them have relapsed. But them other 3, hey, the statistics say that basically only 1 should have came out of it. But out of 5, 3 of them are still thriving and doing exactly what they need to be doing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll help anybody that wants to help themselves. I sure will. But that's why I started this platform, because I think it's important that, and I think it's so taboo that people, you know, they don't want to talk about unaliving, or they don't want to talk about mental health. They don't want to talk about how mental health really, really, really plays a role with addiction. They all go hand in hand, sweetheart. There ain't no way to get around that. So, now that I have spilt my absolute guts to you, all you guys out there, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask me anything. Don't think that for 1 second, I mean, it's a dumb question, or if it's something that I've answered before. Please, if there's something that you have that you want to ask me, go for it, dude. Ask me whatever you want, because I'm going to answer you and I'm going to give you the truth. Let's be transparent here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this video right now for y'all, because I want to give you the transparency and what this channel means to me. This channel means so much to me. I mean, if I'm just only reaching 5 people, shit, that's 5 people that I could possibly help. That's 5 people that I can, you know, maybe I can change their mind, you know, when it comes to, you know, not exiting this world. Maybe it's the 5 people, you know, maybe one of them is struggling with addiction. Hey, let me know where you're at. Let me know what city you're in. You know what I mean? I mean, if I need to, I think there's a way to start to add like an email address to where you guys can actually personally, you know, communicate with me. But let me know what city you're in. If you're needing some sort of resources. I mean, remember, I also posted those other resources, and they're all over the states. All over the states. It's not just Tennessee that they're in. I mean, they're Texas, Kansas, Ohio, I believe, but they're everywhere, and they'll help get you there. Florida even. So let me know if you have any questions for me. I will be more than happy to answer anything that you want to ask. Thank you guys so much, and I hope and pray that I hope this reaches the right people. I hope that this clears the air and answers some of the questions that y'all had about the transparency. But yeah, I'm here. I'm alive today, and I'm proud of it. Y'all have a good rest of your day.